Good evening, viewers and listeners. You are live with 7 City Shop Talk Sports Show, and I am Big Law. And this is legendary Hall of Famer, Virginia Sports Hall of Famer, Jerry Radcliffe on the show here. I can tell you one thing, Jerry. This is a game that I did not feel Virginia was going to be outclassed. And as of right now, I feel like the momentum turned at the end of the half. Give me an idea, tell me what you think of what's been going on with this game so far.
Well, Miguel, this is exactly what I expected. I thought it was going to be a high-scoring game. It was going to be tough for either defense to shut the other one down. If it wasn't for some mistakes, turnovers, I'm not sure the score wouldn't be like 45-40 right now. But, both offenses have been dynamic. Few mistakes here and there, but I agree with you. I think Virginia got a little momentum swing there at the end of the half. Had they not scored, they might have been a little bummed out going into the locker room at halftime, but I think that reinvigorated their confidence, and they'll be coming out pretty fired up in the second half.
Well, I know that Florida State, they get the ball coming out of halftime, and as of right now, I feel like Virginia, one thing when you're playing a team that's supposed to be less than you don't want to give them confidence. Virginia has confidence right now. Exactly. They actually had them 14-0 until they started making mistakes. I think Chandler Morris got a little greedy on some plays and threw into double coverage and has thrown 2 interceptions, almost a third here with Trell Harris. But Trell Harris made an incredible play to double catch the ball, break the tackle, and run down out of that tackle, a la John Riggins style, to get down to the 20-yard line, and then the rest of it was taken care of by Jamari. So, what do you think needs to happen moving forward for Virginia to secure this victory?
Well, I think Virginia's going to have to continue to try to run the ball. That's something that Des Kitchens told us early in the week that he felt like was critical for them to be able to pick up some yardage on the ground, make Florida State respect the running game, and make them put some extra hats in the box, which will make Chandler Morris' job a little bit easier throwing the ball. They've done a decent job of that so far, but I think they're going to have to improve on that a little bit in the second half. I think Morris is just going to have to settle down and he should be able to. He's a pretty calm cat. And unfortunately, that one interception really wasn't his fault. It bounced out of the receiver's hands. And Florida State took advantage of that. So far, both teams have taken a lot of advantage of the other team's mistakes. And I think it's pretty good that Virginia's defense has held up against the nation's #1 offense that averages 58 points or something like that. 600 some yards per game. They've done a pretty good job of containing it.
Yeah, I think you're right. And I think when you're a team like Virginia and you're in a position for the upset, I'm not going to call it yet, but I feel like in the beginning of the game, Chandler Morris had happy feet, settled down a little bit. They also ran the ball. Like you said, keep the Florida State defense guessing because the running backs are finding room. I'm very pleasantly surprised that without Brady Wilson, we're able to run the ball. Yeah, right? Because Brady, #1, top center in the ACC, one of the top centers in the country, is not playing. He's out. So with Metcalf in there playing, they're doing a hell of a job opening lanes for this running back trio that Virginia has.
Exactly. So I think you got to give a lot of credit to Drake Metcalf, the right guard who moved over into that center spot. He came here as a center actually from Central Florida, and Stanford, and he's really done a good job taking over that role for Brady. And it just shows the depth that Virginia's been able to bring in from the transfer portal, because they've had the fourth starting right tackle, right, and they've had to reshift that side of the line because of the injury to Wilson. So we're seeing the results of that incredible job they did in the portal with the NIL.
Absolutely. I mean, you think about it like this. One of my other guys here in the media room said Florida State didn't leave Tallahassee and was thinking they'd be tied at halftime.
Well, I think they were a little concerned. We talked to Mike Norvell earlier this week, and he said, this is our first night game. We're going into what we think could be a raucous environment, which it has turned out to be. It's pretty good. Yeah. Pretty good crowd. I haven't seen a crowd like this here in a while in Scott Stadium. And the fans are into it. But I think this Virginia team is really fired up. Florida State's defensive coordinator, Tony White, is probably going to be the next head coach of UCLA, told us earlier this week that, hey, Virginia is no joke. This offense is lethal. They think that Virginia is legitimate contenders for the ACC title. And if they win this game, they certainly are. But they've moved the ball pretty well. They have 148 yards passing so far, only 81 on the ground. 81 on the ground. The defense is going to have to shore up a little bit in the second half to stop Florida State's running game. Gus Malzahn, the offensive coordinator, loves to pound the football. They've been pretty good at it. They just run those big backs at you endlessly. So they're going to have to slow them down and try to get them to punt it a couple of times.
You're absolutely right. I think if they, from my perspective, I think if they can, like you said, if UVA can play some keep away from Castellanos and also continue to have that rush lane integrity, keep Castellanos in the pocket, make him throw the ball over and around. He tried to throw one of these sidewinders at the end zone down here and got it picked off. Got it batted and picked off. So you start making him do some extra things, you're starting to see him start to make mistakes when he's throwing the ball. He's also overthrown a few of their guys who are wide open. So I think if UVA can continue to operate their game plan on the defensive end, because I can tell you, Coach Rudd is calling a hell of a game right now.
Yes, he is.
He's calling a hell of a game. And the only reason I really think Florida State got back into the game is because of the turnovers. Chandler Morris has to make better decisions. We love the kid, but he has to make better decisions. And he can't throw a few of those balls that he has thrown. You know what I mean? There was one that he threw, bad decision, got picked off, and another one down here he threw into double coverage. And then there was a third one that could have got picked off right before the half before they scored. So let's see how the teams come out this half. I'm still thinking Virginia can pull it off. You give me an idea of what you think, Jerry?
Yeah, I think it's going to be really huge how these two teams come out of the locker room. Virginia in the past has let down coming out of the locker room in the third quarter. Not so much this year, but in years past. But this is a different animal. I think they are probably talking a lot about that as we speak, that they can't let Florida State come out and regain the momentum and get a go-ahead score right out of the block.
That's right.
And I think they're probably trying to calm Morris and explain to him, as you said, he's got to be a little bit more careful with the ball, make a little bit better decisions. And I think he will. He's been around football for a long time, and I think he knows that that's going to be a huge key for Virginia in the second half.
Yes, sir. Ball security, right?
Absolutely.
Appreciate you, my man.
Absolutely.
Jerry Ratcliffe, man. Hall of Famer, Virginia Sports Hall of Fame.
Love being with this guy.
That's my guy. Thank you, guys. Stay tuned for the post-game show. You never know. If Jerry doesn't go down, he may come back with me onto the post-game show.
Yeah,
I guess it depends on what happens, right?
depends on how long Tony Elliott keeps us waiting for interviews tonight.
Right. All right, guys. We'll see you guys at halftime. Let me turn it around a little bit and give you some of the band before we get you guys out of here.
He's been making us wait for almost half an hour before he comes out for interviews.